Welcome back to Keystone and More YouTube channel. Here I am Millan Jane, alone here without Nick Urkel as he is on at this Wells Fargo Center watching the Flyers take on the Bruins today. Today I thought I would just rank the best NFL announcers. You know, there's Fox, which does all the NFC teams, CBS, that does all the AFC teams, ESPN, that does all the Monday Night Football, and NBC does all the Sunday Night Footballs. And then there's a mixture between NBC and ESPN that does Thursday Night Football. The main crew that does Fox, obviously Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, really good. CBS, Jim Nantz, used to be Phil Simms, but now Tony Romo has replaced him. ESPN, Mike Tirico, and John Gruden. John Gruden will be leaving. I don't know who the new replacement will be, but it's probably going to be someone good. And NBC, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, one of the living legends. Just before we start the channel here, the ranking, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Berg to Bell Sports, covering all your Pittsburgh and Philadelphia sports with Pirates, Penguins, Steelers, Sixers, Phillies, Flyers, and Eagles. They have a lot of different articles about the Pirates, the Penguins, and all different articles on all your Pittsburgh sports and Philadelphia sports. So go check that out. It's really cool, and I'm gonna get right to it here. So I'm sorry, I apologize first that you cannot see my face. I thought you'd be more interested in seeing my rankings. For number one, I'm gonna go right here with CBS, Jim Nantz, and Tony Romo. I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I always get to see Jim Nantz and Tony Romo when they do Steelers games. Last year, first year of Tony Romo, I didn't know what to expect from him. Being a football player, as a football player being as a commentator, I didn't have high expectations for Tony Romo at all. He came in and he just blew my mind away. He knew what was going on. He had great awareness. He knew what the quarterback was going to do. He used his own football knowledge, since he just retired too. He used his own football knowledge to predict what plays the both offense and defense were going to do. And most of the time he got it right. He just knows what he knows. He's used his own past to commentate. And Jim Nantz always that really excited voice always keeps me on edge in that game. I just love those two pairs. Those go to my number one. My number two, I'm gonna go with Fox. I'm gonna go with Fox and with Troy Aikman and Joe Buck here. The reason why I picked Troy Aikman and Joe Buck has that commentating voice that will keep you alive. It won't make you fall asleep. He does the World Series, and it's baseball. You may not like watching baseball and make it boring to you, but he is one of the best announcers to keep you awake. He is very, very he's always upbeat. There's never a time that he's into his game. He always knows what he's doing. He's never made a mistake in his life. I think Joe Buck and then Troy Aikman, also a former football player, not as recent as Tony Romo, but he still knows his stuff. He still knows what to expect from each team, what play, when they should run which play. I really love these two when they're paired together, and that's always a fun 425 game to watch. There. My number three, I'm going to give it to NBC crew. I won't have to like Carrie Underwood. Sorry. Carrie Underwood has a really, really cool, always a cool NBC song to start off the game. And then you get Al Michaels, who does the Olympics, and he does the Sunday night games. He always has that voice, you know. I know I've said that about Jim Nantz and Joe Buck, but he has that voice. He's been there for a long time. He's done many different sports, not just NFL. He's done the Olympics. That carries a lot of different sports in the Olympics. I think I saw him do hockey early in his career. Chris Collinsworth, he has that also. He just is really, really cool I've met him a couple times. He's really, really cool to hang out with. He knows his facts. You know, when you start out with a football game, you know, like welcome to Heinz Field. It's Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Chris Collinsworth will be there, stating the facts. He's always about the facts to know what to expect from each team. He is that stats guy, that guy who knows the small stats. He talks to a lot of the players. So he knows what the players are feeling. And Michelle Tafoya's down on the field. She's really, really a really cool woman. I've got the chance to see her a couple times. I love her. I love NBC. My last and final one, I'm gonna go with ESPN. It's not my number one favorite, but it's not bad. Mike Tirico hats off to him. He's had a wonderful career with him. I've never felt like I've never felt always into the game 100% with him. You know, if it's a close game, he'll up his ante a little bit. But if it's like a blowout, he'll tend to calm it back down a little bit. John Gruden, also the former coach of the Raiders, was going back to the Raiders. He's going to be leaving ESPN. He knows what to look for. He does a great job with the Pro Bowl. To do like this, watch him do a slant play and watch the quarterback call on a second snap or something like that. He will know. He's like Tony Romo. He will know what to expect from the quarterback and what to expect from the defense coming from that package right there. So that's going to be it. It's just a short video, something for me to fill the time with, something to put up on the YouTube channel. Do look at Berg to Bell. That's a really good website to look at for all your Pittsburgh and Philadelphia sports. Later tonight, around maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, Nick and I will do a podcast an hour long. We'll cover all the first opening day. Almost all the games will be done by then. See how the first series went for each MLB team. The NFL playoffs have started soon. I know my Pittsburgh Penguins just punched a ticket into the playoffs last night with a 5-2 win over Montreal. And we'll get ready for the NFL draft because that's starting in just a couple of weeks, maybe I think 3 to 4 weeks. So that's going to start. So we're getting really soon to see where Saquon Barkley might go, what will happen with each draft pick there. And then just a fun thing, we're going to have Easter. Today's Easter. I know we're just going to name out our favorite candies because both of us love candy. We're just going to have something fun to do. So that's going to do it for me. I'm Millan Jane. Please check out more of the videos here at the Keystone and more. I'm sorry. Check out my Instagram, millan.jane. It's MILLAN.JAIN here. I'll write it down. That's my Instagram. And then my Twitter is also Millan Jane. That's my Twitter. So good. Please go look at it, check it out, check out Book the Bell, and we'll see you guys in a couple hours.